Hello and welcome. My name is Patrick Tulloch, and I'd like to welcome you here to Doing Things the Right Way. And the purpose and benefit of this training is for those individuals who have a desire to get involved in the network marketing industry and they're doing their research, or for those individuals who are actually involved and maybe not getting the right results. Maybe there's something in this outline that will help you to achieve your personal and your financial goals. And, I've been in this industry now for the past 9 years full time, and I've had some phenomenal success, and I just want to share some of the key components that I feel are essential for you to achieve success in this industry. And obviously, what we need to do is we need to begin to learn, and then we can begin to earn an income in this amazing industry. Where does it all begin? Well, you'll see on this presentation the comment, one bite at a time. The question is, how do you eat an elephant? Well, that's the answer, one bite at a time. This industry is not a get-rich-quick scheme, and I definitely advise you to start running the other way when you start hearing this message. And the thing that I've learned and I've heard over the years, it's a 3 to 5 year plan. It's just like going back for your traditional education, a 4-year education whereby you may want to become very specialized. You want to become a doctor or a lawyer, an engineer or a plumber, or whatever the course may be. There's a requirement that you have to be there for 3 or 4 or 5 years. Well, if you want to become a network marketing professional, then again, you need to be able to be aware of the fact that you're going to have to make a commitment before you really start to see the results that you might be looking for. Now, the beautiful thing about this industry is the results that you receive or experience in the business can happen in a shorter period of time, more so than later. And there's a number of variables that come into play when you are looking at that particular situation, whether it's the number of hours that you're investing in the business, or the number of professionals who you might be introducing into the business also. But those are a few points that you may want to consider. What you're also going to be able to do is learn about this amazing industry. You're going to educate yourself. You're going to become more knowledgeable, more informed about the industry and why it has been so successful for the past 70 years. Now, the industry evolved in the late 1930s, and by the end of this year, 2013, we'll be looking at industry revenue in the area of $200 billion. So phenomenal industry, and we've only just gotten started. As we begin to do business in 172 countries around the world, and the emerging markets are coming on stream. And what you'll also find is that every 10 seconds, somebody is out there looking for a business opportunity through Google. They're doing a search, etc. So you definitely want to, spend the time to educate yourself on this industry. And at the same time, what you're going to realize is that one of the key percentages or ratios out there is based on the 80-20 rule, 80-20 rule. I'll give you an example. In the real estate industry, 20% of the top real estate agents make 80% of the money. If you take a look at education, by the end of a course program, 20% of the students will be the top performers in their particular area of study, 20%. If you take a look at athletes, you take a look at the top athletes around the world in the various sports, 20% get to the top. All right? So it's really important to realize that if you want to be a top performer in this industry, you want to be in the 20% group. I don't think I need to ask you what group that you'd want to be in, but I think the 20% group would probably satisfy you more than anything else. And through this process, it's really important that you are going to develop, that 20% mindset. Those are the individuals who you want to surround yourself, the ones with the right mindset, and they're going to help you achieve your personal and your financial goals. So one of the other things that happens in this business that a lot of people unfortunately do not get exposed to is to learn what tools are available to you. What tools are available to you in the industry. And so one of the things that I'll share with you is that when you are, let's say, an electrician, you have to have certain tools that will allow you to do your job effectively. You might be a teacher. There are certain tools you need to be able to help educate. And let's take a mechanic, for example. A mechanic has to have certain tools that will allow him to get the job done. So, in this industry of network marketing, we have tools also. And some of the things that I'll share with you right now, such as scripts, database management, events and the power of events, the value of events, and also trends. Trends are very important, especially when it comes to making a decision, going through the right process. You want to be able to identify some of the major trends, because something I share with people often is the trend is your friend. When you identify a trend, you identify a real opportunity, and that can last for years and years to come. So it's so important that you look at what tools are available to you when you're getting involved in this amazing industry. So the next thing that we're going to talk about here is the traditional approach to this amazing industry. What are you supposed to do? Well, traditionally, somebody will advise you to make a list. All right. Now, my question to you is, who are you going to put on that list? Well, I think it's really important for you to realize that you want to be able to qualify individuals who are looking for a business. It's not just about putting anybody on that list. It's about really qualifying. It's just like, somebody who's going to be buying a car or they're buying a house. There's certain questions you need to ask those individuals to see if they qualify. So what you need to do if you're looking at getting involved in this industry or in this industry and you haven't done this yet is you want to make a list. And the first thing that you're going to be able to do is look at individuals who are success-driven. Who do you know presently, or you may come across somebody who is success-driven. You want to be able to put them down on your list. The next one that I would recommend you write in here is somebody who's motivated. They're always high energy, they're energetic, they're looking for an opportunity, they're very positive, they're always looking at the bright side of a situation, people who you want to be around, motivated individuals. The next one is entrepreneurial. Who do you know who is entrepreneurial? They've got that entrepreneurial spirit. You could be talking to them and they're talking about wanting to become an entrepreneur, wanting to start a business, or they may be in a business already, but they just want more. So that would be the next person you'd be looking at. From there, you're looking at people who work from home. They've got an entrepreneurial spirit. They've got a business mindset. They want to be, successful, independent. You may not know them now. You may come across somebody who works from home, or somebody may know somebody who works from home. So this is somebody else you'd want to be able to put on that list. Now, I know everybody knows somebody in this category, and this is somebody who is not happy with their present job or where they work. So again, great opportunity. Would this person qualify as far as looking for an alternative way of creating an income? Absolutely. People who are not happy with their job. Last but not least, individuals who want a lifestyle. You know, they want to buy that home. They want to buy the car. They want to buy that trip that they've been thinking about. They want to be a part of a charitable organization. They want their kids to be able to go to the school of their choice. They don't want to ever have to worry about bills ever again. Sometimes you don't have to say anything to these individuals. They'll just tell you their story. They'll tell you what they're looking for, and then you can assess whether or not they qualify to be a part of your business or whether you would want them to be a part of your business. So these are some of the key things that you want to be able to do when you're looking at doing things the right way. Now, we can take it one step further because we're in the 21st century, the business of the 21st century, and there's a global business approach. And obviously it begins with the internet. As more and more people are coming online, they're being more educated, there's increased access, there's greater access to information. And because of the internet, it's just as easy to do business globally as it is to do business in your own backyard. So with the internet, there is a process. The first thing that you want to be able to do, and you'll see how this can be done in a minute, but you want to be able to connect. That's the first thing, connect. And there's multiple ways that you can connect with people via the internet. Again, this is a very general outline, and you can get back with the person who invited you or shared this tool with you and get more details on the how-to. But you want to be able to connect. The next thing, once you've been able to connect, is you want to be able to develop a relationship. You know, people need to know who you are. They need to know what you do. It's not just by sending emails back and forth. It's actually by being able to pick up the phone and talk to somebody or connect with somebody on Skype. It's about developing a personal relationship. People want to know who you are, you know, and what you do. So from there, you're going to be in a much better position to be able to present your opportunity, to share information with regards to your business. And people are going to be more receptive to this approach than any other one that I'm aware of today. So the tools that you can use, and we're going to touch on social media. And there's 4 key ones that you can see here on the presentation, which begins with YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook. And I really recommend not to become too distracted with doing too many other things, because then you lose your focus and you really don't maximize the results. You know, you begin to dilute the results. And I think there's enough people who you can reach out to with these 4 key social media groups that will allow you to build a very successful business in this industry. So what you're able to do is you're able to join groups through some of the social media vehicles that are available to you, and you're able to create your own profiles on these groups. You're able to do some blogging, some content marketing, video marketing. There's different types of paid advertising. There's webinars that you can become a part of. And you can also, through social media, develop a brand. Who are you? You know, and educate people on what you're doing. So, again, I've just given you an outline here of what social media can do for you. There is a system in place that you can develop, that you can learn. And, again, I go back to the mentor. Get involved with a mentor, somebody who is able to teach you the steps that you need to take in order to achieve the results that you're looking for in this amazing amazing industry. So from there, folks, I'm going to ask you a question. And the question is, are you walking in your vision? Are you walking in your vision? You know, do you see yourself where you want to be before you actually arrive? So whatever it is that you desire, you know, your dreams, your why, you need to see those things on a daily basis, on a consistent basis. You need to, you know, make some serious notes of what you want from your business. You need to review it on a daily basis. You need to do affirmations. You need to see those dreams and goals, and find the right mentor. I've shared this with you before. Find the right mentor who will coach and train you to success. And I'll share a really quick story here with you. You know, just recently I was on the phone with a gentleman who was working with a different company, and he had been there for the past year, and he wasn't happy. He wasn't happy with the results that he was getting, and I began to ask him a number of questions about his, not so much his business, but about his personal development, about his approach, his marketing, how he was developing his business. And, you know, it was really revealing, because within 5 minutes I could see that he just was not in a position where he was getting the right mentoring and coaching that he needed to be able to experience success in this industry. So, you know, the thing that I've heard over the years is that if you're looking for the right company, then one of the things that you've got to experience are the right results. If you're getting the results, then you're probably at the right place at the right time. If you're not getting the results, then you probably need to reevaluate where you're at and what you need to do to change it so that you can begin to experience what it is you need to experience. So you as an individual, you need to begin to walk in the vision of your life, life's desire. So we're just winding down here, and ultimately, by doing things the right way, and by, you know, learning, you're obviously going to be able to earn an income here in this amazing industry, but you will begin to earn the income and the lifestyle that you desire. And that's really, I think, what you're looking for. So whether it's a passive income, part-time or full-time, you determine that over time. Remember, this is a process. It's not an event. And I'd like to thank you all for taking the time to join me here on this call, and hope you've been able to gain some value from the information. My name is Patrick Tulloch, and I'm signing off from beautiful Toronto, Canada.